Hey everyone, this is Frank Klesitz with Viral Marketing. You're here on this webinar because you want to learn what's working for Facebook advertising in real estate. Over the past year and a half or so, it was about a year and a half ago, we really started saying, can we get, consistent and predictable results with Facebook ads and YouTube ads and banner ads, but we're going to really focus on Facebook today. So we actually went to our clientele because we really focused here at Viral on the core system of the 2 videos a month out to your database. We thought, hey, if we boosted those videos on Facebook out to your database, if we did some advertising with them, would they get more results? We started doing that pretty much by referral only with some of our clients. 1 turned to 2, turned to 3, and we brought up to 40 people we were helping with Facebook and YouTube advertising at a time, and one of them is Damon Gettier, who you'll meet in a second. And the question I always ask myself is Facebook and that type of advertising, can that consistently produce leads? Like, sure, it can produce a one-off lead here and a one-off lead here. And you probably see that in all the Facebook groups. Like, I got this crazy lead from this ad. But what are the ads that consistently, predictably replicate across many markets that will actually get results? And after a year and a half of testing and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars of ad spend and overseeing it, as well as working with many top clients with the ad spend to statistically test it, I think we have a pretty good plan. And we're going to share that with you today. I'm going to show you ads. I'm going to show you the audience selects. We're actually going to Damon's ad account here with a screen share and actually show you how they're all set up. So you can learn this stuff and you can swipe it and deploy it in your business. And we are for hire. It's a premium service we offer now at Viral. If you are interested in hiring us to run your Facebook advertising like we're doing for Damon, you can come check us out. It's getviral.com, GETVYRAL. My name is Frank Klesitz. I'm the CEO, the founder. And we'll actually put together a plan for you for Facebook advertising. If you go to our How It Works tab at the top, down below our core program of what we do here of interviewing you on a webcam to create educational videos for your database. If you're interested in the advertising add-on, which is also standalone, there's more information on the website about that. So with that being said, let's get down to why you guys are here. So Damon Gettier, how are you, buddy?
Doing well, man. How you doing?
Doing good. 14 years in real estate. He's in Roanoke, Virginia. Owned a RE/MAX office for about 8 years. 3 years ago, went completely independent. So he owns his own independent brokerage and runs it entirely as a team model. So he has about 17 or 18 agents working for him in his brokerage in Roanoke, and he provides all leads. So he gives all the agents leads to work. So it's really run as a true business model. About 1.5 million GCI this year he'll do, net about 30% of the bottom line on that. So you can do the math. So he's making good money. Congratulations, Damon. And he worked very hard. And his main lead sources are radio advertising, TV advertising, web, with what we're going to talk about here today, and a lot of his sign calls. So that's where most of his leads come from. He buys the leads and gives them to his agents profitably. And we're going to talk a little bit about the transition he had to make from being like an independent prospector, grinding it out, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and taking that money and investing it in the marketing to buy your time back so more people are contacting you, and how that works out from a profitability standpoint. That's going to be important because when you're dealing with Facebook ads and spending money on this stuff, you have to, that money is going to come from your hard labor starting off of the work you put in. It's going to be very difficult to make that jump to spending money on ads. He hasn't listed or sold homes for 3 years. So congratulations on that. Works 3 days a week and, spends his time. He's been doing so well with radio. He has his own radio advertising service called Sharper Radio. Is that correct, Damon?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. So Sharper, you can check that out. But average selling price, just so you know, I want to give let everyone know what Damon is, where he's at. His brokerage will sell about 250 to 275 homes by the end of the year at an average selling price of 159, which you want to get up. So you're moving to Charlotte with the next expansion office in North Carolina. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Cool.
Be there next year.
Cool. So you have a very good value proposition for your agents. It's pretty straightforward. I give you leads, and you got to generate those leads consistently, or else you're not going to have very happy agents. You're not going to make any money. So you probably cut your teeth on what works and what doesn't with lead generation, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. We've got it down. I'd say between you and I, we've got it down to a science now.
We absolutely do. So let's just start. Before I get into the ads, I just want to share one quick story of where the mental process you went through before we get in your ad account, and we'll get there, everyone, of how you came up with the money to start dropping the coin that you do on radio and television. Because when I show people what you're spending a day on Facebook and what you've worked up to, you certainly did not start there. It was a process of allocating resources over to marketing away from your own independent lead generation. Want to share that story with people?
Sure. Back in the day, I guess when the market crashed, I was like everyone is, I came to work and I had no business. And so Active Rain was the popular thing back in '07, '08, '09. And so I was blogging on Active Rain 4 or 5 days a week, couple hours a day. I was one of the quote unquote rainmakers on there that, everybody was going for points back then. But in doing that, what happened is I generated web presence, I generated web leads. I marketed heavily to short sales because that's what we had was short sales of foreclosures. And we started doing a ton of short sales. We got to the point where we were doing more short sales in our market than the entire market added together. And it was a grind. It was 7 days a week, 12, 14, sometimes 18 hours a day of fighting with banks and fighting with consumers who said they wanted help but didn't want help. When I started generating enough money from that, I was tired of that grind. So we morphed into foreclosures, and we were doing short sales and foreclosures. And foreclosures was just as big a grind as the short sales because you had to go out and inspect the properties every week. You had to get the repairs done. You had to do the inspections. You had to get the utilities turned on. It was just a mess. And it's just not how I envisioned real estate when I got into it 14 years ago. And so I had the money because I was making money. And so first thing I did was I started doing radio and was extremely successful in radio and took the profits from that. Instead of doing what a lot of people do and going out and buying a fast car or a bigger house, I took that money and I put it into, at that time, Boomtown. We use FirePoint now, but at that time I put it into Boomtown. Bought leads there. Hired buyer agents, grew the team organically with buyer agents. And then once I had that down, then we started doing the real web advertising and stopped the foreclosure, stopped the short sales. We don't do any of that now. We've done total resale real estate now for, I guess, 5 years. And 3 years ago, I quit selling homes, don't sell homes anymore. I run a team. I've been fired from most of my jobs at the team. Now I do vision and training, and that's all I do on my team.
Great. So you had to go through this process of taking the hard money that you earned from prospecting and invest it into marketing. And
yeah, it hurts when you first start doing it. It's not that it financially hurts because you're kind of used to not having it. It hurts mentally because you're thinking that is my money, but you can't think of it that way. It's business money.
It's business money. All right, so that's the background. I wanted to start off with this webinar with you guys. But I do have a quick poll. So if you're watching the webinar, I'm going to launch a poll. We're going to ask 3 quick questions from everyone. I'm going to launch polling right now. So pull up your screen. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. We got 63 people on the webinar. I want to know, answer right now. It should be popping up right on your screen. Are you currently running ads on Facebook? How much are you spending a month on Facebook ads? And how happy are you with the results of your spend? Let's kind of find out, guys. We got 13 votes in here, 14. Come on, 17, 18. Let's see how high we can go. Good Lord, 27, 28. We have an engaged audience, Damon. 37, 40. Come on, how high can we go? 45. We're so close. A few more seconds. We're getting some pretty good stats here. So it looks like pretty much like you probably would expect. Most people on this webinar are. 39 of you are. Spend about $100. Damon, what are you into ad spend right now a month with online Facebook ads? About 2,000, right?
About 2,000.
Okay, so you got to keep that in mind, but you don't need $2,000 to get results. You're just getting more of them. Does that make sense? You start small and you work up to that point. We have someone who's very happy. Is that you, Damon?
No, I can't vote.
Oh, you can't vote. Okay. Well, this is kind of an interesting poll to get you guys engaged, to say that we're paying attention here. And with that, I'll end the polling. But with that, if you have any questions throughout this, feel free to ask. That's why these are interactive. That's why you're here live. There's a Q&A box. Ask the question. We'll bring it up. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with a screen share on your ad account. So give me a second here, guys. So the way you do this is you got to go to business.facebook.com. And that's where you have your ad account. Well, let me share my screen here. So I'm going to go to share screen and business manager. How we doing?
I see it.
Screen sharing? Great. All right, everyone. We are in Damon Gettier's account. So let's go and take a look at your ads. This is why we're all here. So first thing, this is very overwhelming the first time that you see it. all right? Especially when I scroll down. Because the key here and the benefit of you guys being on this webinar is there has been a lot of testing done. Look at all these different ads and all these different metrics that we've ran. Look at this. There's 93 campaigns. 93 different types of ads with different types of clicks and engagements over the course of, back from June 28th, September 13th, a lot of boosted posts, probably for listings. But as you can see here, there's lots of things that have been tested out. And when you run an ad, you can kind of establish a control that you can kind of test against that ad to see how it performs. And the whole point of today is if you scroll up, do you see how we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 currently active campaigns? I think this one, we'll talk about that one too, why rent when you can own. Let's go through these. Let's talk about them, Damon. So which ones do you think are giving you the best results? I mean, I can tell from the stats, but which one do you think?
The listing ones seem to be doing the best.
Okay, so where's the listing one here?
The cruise ad would be listing.
Okay, so let's take a look at the cruise ad. So again, we're just going to start back here, assuming everyone's a beginner on Facebook ads. And what I am in, if you set up an ad account on Facebook, I think I'm looking at myself. I should be looking at the camera. There we go. If you set up an ad on Facebook, you'll get an ad account, and it's going to look like this. And you'll create a campaign. We're not going to do that, but your campaigns will actually be here for what the result is that you want. And you can see here that over the lifetime of the ad, so not 30 days, not 7 days, over the lifetime of the ad, what we have here is you spent $1,500. You've reached 49,000 people, and you got 1,900 people to engage with the ad, meaning they clicked on it, click see more. They did something with the ad to engage with it. They interacted with it in some way, okay? I can go a little bit deeper as far as delivery. I can actually see that those 49,000 people saw this ad 6 times on their newsfeed, which is kind of interesting. So you spent $1,500 and you got 49,000 people to see this ad about 6 times on their newsfeed since you started it, which is a pretty good number, I would think, especially if only people in your target market will show targeting. And you got 1,900 people to engage with it. And you could measure different things. You can have link clicks, you can have conversions. This one, for the sake of this ad, is engagements. So let's take a look at the selects. That's what you use in advertising when, what do you actually select you want to show it to? It's called selects. So here what we did, we have people in Roanoke, Virginia, that Facebook feels are likely to move based upon their online behavior. And then we also took the visitors from your website, Damon, and we also took your entire database of emails and uploaded to Facebook where those emails can match user accounts, as well as people that might look like those individuals that are in your database. Now, for perspective's sake, perspective's sake, how many people live in Roanoke?
Roanoke, probably about 200,000.
Okay. So we got to keep in mind here, this is a relatively small market, and it looks like you're pretty much dominating it over any other real estate agent with Facebook ads. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, we dominate it with everything.
With everything. I mean, you have an omnipresence in this market because there's only 200,000 people. So you got to kind of keep in mind, he's reaching a lot of the homeowners in that market with these ads. So let's just take a look at the likely to move select. All right. So as you can see here, we set a budget of $5 a day. That's not really important right now. What I want you to see is we targeted everybody who lives within 30 miles of Salem, which is the suburb of Roanoke, right?
Yes.
So let's take a look at little old Roanoke in here. So you're in the middle of the mountains, it looks like.
Yep.
And there you are. There's your office, you're there, and you're marketing to all these people here in Roanoke, all right? And we're targeting everyone within a 30-mile radius of that area that lives there, not just people who are in it. That's key, all right? We keep going down, people speak English, I'm sure that's not a problem, but here's what's cool with detailed targeting, is these are some actual selects that Facebook allows you to use. And there were a couple options in here for first-time home buyer, homeowners, people that live in a condo or single-family home, that have a home value at a certain amount. That's pretty incredible, right? And then down here we have people that we added in a select that also match most likely to move. And then we excluded all the area real estate agents from clicking on your ads, which is kind of interesting, right? Because what happens is a lot of the clicks will be area agents seeing what you're doing will drive your click rate. So you actually go on here and exclude anyone that works for these specific employers. The point is you can get your targeting down extremely specific. And generally what we'll do with an ad is we'll start kind of broad to see what we get, maybe, and then we'll narrow it down. So as you can see here, how many people live within 30 miles of Roanoke that fit this criteria, that are likely to move, that are not a realtor? And you got 3,300 people. That's a list we probably want to be in front of all the time, right, Damon?
Yes, we do.
So we've been changing the ads so it's nice and fresh all the time. And we have a strategy to basically farm this audience with these selects.
Hey, Frank, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure.
That's actually, I've never seen that number before, but it's a fairly accurate number because we sell 4,500 homes a year here.
It's interesting. Yeah. So there you go. That's kind of the number, right? So now we're going to go back to the other ad set. So we're running that just to people who are likely to move. We've reached a lot of people. The reason you see this so large is that we've kind of narrowed it down over time. If you take away the likely to move select and you remove some of the selects, the ad will actually be bigger. We narrowed this one down, all right? But I want to kind of show you some general targeting here. Let's take a look at some other targeting. This is actually probably where I would start, all right? So we can go cold to the market where no one knows who you are necessarily. I mean, you have radio and TV backing you up, but there's no pre-existing relationship. What I recommend where you start with a good ad is you start with taking all the emails of all your leads and all your customers, upload those to Facebook, and Facebook will try to match those with user accounts, followed by remarketing all the people on your website, and you can even create lookalike audiences for those individuals if it's not very large. We have an audience of 2,700 people here. Very small, very niche. In 30 miles of Salem, right? That are even first-time home buyers that meet this criteria. So it's super niche with this type of advertising, and this is the results that we decided to go after. Again, people are likely to move. We excluded area real estate agents, as many as we could, from clicking on your ads, right? So let's go a little bit deeper now. Those are selects. And Chris Snow asks, I'm going to ask you a question here. Are the ads just for seller leads or buyer leads and seller leads? If both, which one pulls the most leads? Go ahead and answer that, Damon.
So I think seller pulls the most because you'll see back on the original screen, there's another listing generated ad, and that ad pulls about 1,000 more responses or clicks than this one does. This one for the home valuation?
No, we're showing the cruise ad right now, but
no, I mean, there's another ad that has more interaction than this one even that generates for listings.
Okay, well, we'll show them. So what's the whole purpose of this ad? I'm showing you the ad that we're actually running here. It looks like you're giving away a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us the strategy behind this.
Well, it's the cruise. You buy the cruise through AIM, and if you buy 50, they're $149 a piece. And we use it as bait in the beginning. Now we try to give as many cruises away as possible. It's a great way to get people to sign buyer agencies. If they're committed to you, they get a cruise. We bring a lot of business in with the cruises.
Yep, and look at the comments and the shares. People are interacting with it. And it's the right audience. It's people that are sellers, because that's who you're targeting with the ads in the Roanoke area. So here's my question. Do you know how many leads or how much business you got specifically from this ad?
It's very hard to track specific.
Yeah, because we're not driving them to like a specific opt-in page or landing page where they register.
Correct.
But you're happy with it.
Very happy.
Explain to everyone why when you can't track it.
Well, because we haven't part of our success, I guess, is that we don't change our marketing. Our marketing is pretty much on cruise control. I don't change my radio. I don't change my TV. I don't change my pay-per-click. Year in, year out, winter, spring, fall, summer, nothing changes. And so when we added viral, which I think we added viral, this marketing campaign went viral in either January or February, we've seen consistent growth in leads ever since. Not only that, but we use this also for recruiting, and we're seeing our recruiting. We recruited more people in the last month than we have in the last 5 years. And we've almost doubled our team size, or probably more than doubled our team size in the last 30 days. And the only thing that has changed in our recruiting efforts has been that we added Facebook recruiting ads.
Yep. Lindsay asks, are you invited by Facebook promotion terms for the promo? If we weren't, that's a very gray area of how that actually works. For anyone that wants to do a sweepstakes, there's sweepstakes laws, either by the nationally or by every state, whatever it is. You can Google how to actually run a sweepstakes within all the terms and conditions and laws that are involved with doing that correctly. The reality is that, we tried some sweepstakes ads that Facebook didn't accept, and the ones they did accept, we've been kind of using that as the guide. Again, if you want to go deeply in how to run sweepstakes stuff, you can go on Google, and there are a lot of laws that apply to that, and you're going to have to look at the ones, I believe it's by each state, that you're going to have to use. And there's vendors that specialize in that. That's not something we specialize in, laws of sweepstakes. So abiding by the terms, Facebook's letting us run it. So that's the best answer I can give you for that, Lindsay. Do you know anything about sweepstakes laws, Damon?
No, Virginia has a game of chance laws. Unless you're a charity or the government, you can't gamble here. So
yeah,
we can't do it.
So I don't know if they have the exact answer for you on that one, Lindsay. So let's keep going. So let's take a look at the a really good ad. So I'm kind of looking at here. I'm kind of looking at, how many clicks have we gotten on stuff, and what's my cost per event? Because usually the lower cost per something, the more relevant that ad is, the better it's performing, because people actually like the ad. Whereas if it's charging you a lot for a click or an engagement, it means they don't like showing the ad, but Facebook will take your money will charge you a lot. So this one's actually doing really well. Look at this. We got 2,900 clicks to 25,000 people for 38 cents a click. All right, let's take a look at this ad. So here's a little more complicated. So what we did here is we segmented the ad sets by audience. As far as, let's target people that are in your database or visit your website. Let's target people likely to move in Salem, likely to move in Roanoke, a lookalike in Roanoke, database, whatever it may be, right? And roughly total, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27.50 a day into this campaign, marketing to each of these ad sets. And it looks like they're all performing pretty straightforward. If you take the click-through rate, we can get really into the numbers here, but it's all good. If I'm paying below $1 a click, I'm happy as a clam. It looks like the best performing one at 29 cents is the likely to move people in Roanoke, has got your 706 clicks, which is your lowest, for what that's worth, right? You got to kind of take them all together. So now let's take a look at one of the ads. So let's first take a look at one of the actual advertising selects. I showed this to you guys. As you go in here, I might have to spend a little more time on this. We don't have a lot of time in the webinar, but I'm showing you, and there will be a replay of this, of the selects. Remarketing his website, custom audience of the people that has been to his website, custom audience of emails of his whole database, marketing to people in his specific zip code that live in that zip code, over the age of 24, that are likely to move in homeowners, right? Again, these have been drilled down more recently. Before, let me show you, if you take out likely to move, we bumped up to 1,100. If we take out homeowners, it's now 1,000. Where are we at? Well, this is a small audience to begin with. I don't even think you would need those selects on there. So if you add in all the visitors to your website as well as your database, we've only matched up about 1,200 people, okay? If we go down to a different ad, again, we're going to have to move fast for the sake of time to show you this stuff today. Let's pull up that ad select that had probably some of the best results, the one from Roanoke. Let's take a look at the ads here. Here we have pretty much, here we go, 57,000 people. Now we're talking with a larger audience. I'm showing these like small niche audiences. So 57,000 people in Roanoke over the age of 24 that live there that fit one of the following. They either live in a single family home, they're a homeowner, they're likely to move. So any one of the following, they're not mutually exclusive. And exclude area real estate agents from clicking on the ads. Got it? This is a pretty good one that probably anyone could run. And we had an audience of 57,000. You can see here we just put $5 a day into it, and that will put us on the news feed of 410 to 1,100 people a day, depending who logs into Facebook and how long they scroll on their feed or the daily reach. Point is, with all these audiences, what's the ad? All right, let's take a look. Here you go. Oh. Tell us about this ad, Damon.
That ad, right? We do get calls on that. People that come in actually say that they've seen this ad. It's just showing what the Roanoke market has done over the past, 10 years.
Pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at the actual link. I click it. And this one, instead of driving them to put in their address to get a free home value report, I noticed you're driving them to pretty much a consultation page. Any reason behind that?
Because I don't have the other page built yet.
Well, there you go.
That'll be why.
Well, this one works though. I mean, you're
It
probably
works.
getting a better lead from this than, just an address lead, right, for a free home value report. But do you know of the people that clicked that ad, how many opted into this form?
I do not know that. I know we get about 30 to 35 of these a month.
Okay. And do we know how many are from Facebook?
Do not know.
We could go back and actually track that. And who's your website provider? You're using a different website provider.
If you understand Google Analytics better than I can, then you can, yes.
Yeah, we could push what's called tracking codes, where what that is, guys, is where you create some forms on this form that are hidden that people can't see. And when that link is clicked, it puts these codes in the URL. So when someone submits their information, when you get the lead in your email, it will have that information where it's like from Facebook, from this ad, like in the actual form fields that were filled out. But they don't show up on here because they're hidden and they're pushed like behind the scenes. So the information shows up on lead. They're called UTM codes. And if you Google UTM codes, you can learn how to use those to track it. But you're getting good results with this ad. All right. We don't know specifically, but you're happy with it.
Very happy.
Anything else you want to share with this ad?
No, I mean, that one's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's good news to this area because we've been depressed for so long. We're almost back to 04, 05, 06 prices. So
Sure.
Good news.
Great. All right, let's get some questions answered, guys, real quick. So Steve Schwab asks, does Damon plan to make his actual ads available? 100%. 100%. I'm actually going to take this recording. It'll be up on our website, and I'll actually have copies of the ads down below it. And you can certainly test any one of these ads that you see if you see here. So that's taken care of. Sean Johnson asks, what kind of success have you had with Facebook Live? Do you boost the video afterwards? Are you doing any Facebook Live?
I don't do Facebook Live. I got the perfect face for radio, so I don't do Facebook Live.
Yeah. A lot of people have had success, guys, with Facebook Live. Really big fan of this little Mevo camera. So you get this Mevo camera. This is probably for more recruiting, but like an open house or maybe broadcasting one of your sales meetings. You get this cool little camera here, and it will allow you to really boost to Facebook Live and with camera zooms and audio. It's pretty cool, but we haven't had any success advertising it. We have been doing some Facebook Live events, but nothing with advertising. But I just want to kind of share this cool little device with you guys here.
But we're getting ready to test that in my sales meetings with you, so we'll find out.
Cool. Yeah, because when to broadcast the sales meetings to local agents to say our sales training is better and our meetings are better than what your broker is doing. And we're going to be broadcasting sales meetings out to all the area agents. How do you think Facebook Choose is likely to move? Any idea, Damon?
What was the question again?
How do you think Facebook Choose is likely to move, the likely to move category?
Oh, I think they monitor your behavior on Facebook. They look at your posts and whatnot. It's all algorithms. And so they're always searching. If you actually read your terms of service on Facebook, they can actually listen to your calls on your phone.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's in the terms of service.
So basically they're monitoring everything you do, Don.
Yeah, so is Google.
So you have no chance.
No.
Are you driving people to an opt-in, and how do you capture lead info from your ads? What is the follow-up system to convert? Jen asks.
Well, that would be the squeeze page where everything comes to for listings.
Yeah, so this one here, again, you're taking this ad right to a consultation page.
Correct.
Which is not normally typical of like getting your free home value report because it's not built yet. What's another ad that you're driving to a squeeze page we can show people real quick? Search for homes, probably?
Probably going to go to the same page.
All right, so search for homes. These are the audiences he's running it to in Roanoke. Let's take a look at the actual ad itself. I like this ad. This ad's performing well. Why isn't that popping up? There we go. So here we go. Looking to buy a home. I'm a local agent. Call me. Message me. You can search every home for sale on the MLS and the map below just like I do. I wrote this one. This is my copy. I'm fast, quick, accessible. Will help you negotiate a lower price. If you need to sell your home, your Roanoke home, I'll let you know what price you'll get today. See how it's personal from you?
Yep.
And I love this screenshot. That's cool. That works well. Normally, Facebook doesn't like putting images in the ads, but like if the text is like unreadable, it doesn't catch it. So Facebook doesn't see any image text in this ad when we run it. So let's see where the ad runs to. Here's your ad. Let's click it. And it just goes right to the search results on your website.
Here's PowerPoint.
Just like that. And let's click a listing. Ah, you showed it to me. I'm impressed. How many are you going to show me? When do you squeeze them, Damon?
Usually first photo. You've probably been on my site before.
Oh, I have been, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've registered. We got your cookie saved.
Okay. So you've actually been, so after, you'll ask them for their information before you see the first photo. That's
Yep. First photo. Yep.
I want to show you guys something else. Did you notice here? Look on the lower left-hand, deep left-hand corner of my screen. Do you see this? I can't take my mouse off of it, but you'll see DamonGettier.net /search/criteria/gobbledygook/ more gobbledygook CID equals viral or Facebook _viral _ad. That's the tracking code. All right. So when I click this, I want you to notice very briefly up here in this URL, that little tracking code is there. Watch. See that? Boom, right there. That was gone. So the coders on your website actually know to take off the tracking code so it doesn't show up while they're browsing, but it's in there. So when someone does opt in, you'll actually know how many registrations that you got. So here's my question. You guys all see that ad? Pretty straightforward. Let's go back. Let's take a look at a 10,000-foot view here. You have spent lifetime $612 on this ad. You've reached 4,700 of your target audience in Roanoke, likely to move, homeowners, whatever it is, right? People somewhat involved in real estate. And you got 1,300 clicks. That's really good. You sent 1,300 people to your buyer site for $612. My question is how many leads did you get from it? Have we tracked that?
Have not tracked that, no.
Okay. But that tracking can be set up more deeply. And what I'm trying to get at here is with these ads, the tracking that we do have is Damon emailed me. And again, that can be tracked with pixels. That can be tracked with tracking codes. The challenge that we have, I know you're using Firepoint, and Firepoint is fantastic for all this tracking. But especially with different providers, like many of you are probably on different websites. Do they accept the codes? Do they accept the conversion pixel? All these things to track it. Maybe we have to go fight with the website company to get that installed. That really slows things down, getting that tracking set up, because we don't control the platform when we're running the ads. We have to work with the platform provider to get that stuff installed so we can track it. And a lot of times, it just takes too long to just get the ads live. And at the end of the day, your business is up. So you're finding just from implementing Facebook ads this year, how much has your business gone up by every month, Damon?
Our leads are going up between 10 and 15% every month over month.
That's incredible. All right. So we're about halfway into the webinar. Let me go back here. I'm going to do a new share to a new window. Hang on here. I'm going to share with you some results on his site. So you can't track the leads exactly if it's being difficult and your web providers are being difficult with that. And no one here is. I just don't think we ever got around to setting it up because no one cared because you were getting business.
Right.
Let's take a look at your website traffic results from Firepoint. So let me try my share, guys. Hang on. Screenshot. How's that? Do we see a screenshot?
Yes.
All right. Damon, what does all this mean?
This is the Google Analytics.
Okay. You sent these to me.
Yep.
We have new visitor, returning visitor, new visitor. And it looks like for number 5 and number 6, do you see the tracking codes? You see the little Facebook _viral there?
Yes.
It's one of your top traffic sources to your website. So it is working.
Well, the better news than that is that the returning is incredible.
And where's that? Is that on here?
Number six. They're coming back.
Yeah, they probably click the ad, they go to your website, and they see the ad again, they go back again.
Yep.
Good. This is driving leads. Now, do we know exactly how many? We don't. We don't have the exact granular tracking set. It can be, but for here, it just wasn't necessary because business was coming in, right? And I think you have one more to share. You also sent me this one. What does this one mean? There was the first one. Here's the second one. 5th and 6th was the ads. And here's the results that you're getting with this. Look at your traffic. Going up. And it's going up as the selling season goes down, which is good.
Yep.
Cool.
Which is what our business has done this year also. We haven't been slow. We had a bad month in May. It was unpredictable and don't know why, but it's gone up every single month. When the whole market has gone down here, we're still going up, which is good.
So I want to get to some of your questions, guys, but for those of you that are savvy with Facebook, I want to basically get the screenshots in here. Here are the ads. We showed you the cruise ad. We showed you the selects. We showed you the ad. For search for homes, we showed you the selects, all right? Likely to move, we showed you that. Uploading your database, remarketing your website traffic, we showed you that. Lookalike audience, I saw Don ask a question. I'm going to answer that for you, Don. A lookalike audience is basically Facebook will take your audience and say, who are the people most likely like these people? And let's add those people in. It's some crazy trackable Orwellian Facebook thing. And they could say who looks like this audience. And you can see here, we've been running ads to that audience. And this is the ad. So here's the ad that's been running. And you can see here, there's the tracking code that we added to the search results. So we know that when someone clicks the link, that tracking code is on there, so it shows up. Here's the text, headline, newsfeed link, description, and all the details. All right. So let's go back now. Got that question answered. And I also think, John, we answered that question. What does lookalike mean? It's basically a group of people that Facebook thinks these people look like. And if our audience is too small, like we're only running like maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in it, we'll throw in a lookalike audience and just let it run to more people. And I guess it all depends upon the budget that we get. And Damon's budget is about $70 a day. So we can hit more people. If you're on a smaller budget of the minimum of $5 a day, I would probably be running ads to a super niche group of like maybe 1,000 to 3,000 at most just to start. Okay. So we showed you this ad. Let's go through all of them again. And those get a little overwhelming. Did we do this search for homes ad? I think we did. Yes, we did. That was the map. I'll show that to you guys one more time. Again, this will be recorded, and this is your time to grab your screenshots if you want them. All right. There you go. Let's go back. Cruise ad, we showed you that. What is the rental property ad?
Looking for landlords.
So let's take a look at this one in the metrics. We have spent $1,600, $10 a day, reached 34,000 people, and had 1,200 engagements. We are looking for people that have homes they want to rent, right? Because you have a property management side of your business.
Correct.
All right. We're targeting people basically within 10 miles of Roanoke and Salem, over the age of 25, that they call themselves landlords or rental agents or even homeowners. Pretty straightforward. And that market, we reached 77,000 people. And $10 a day will get you on the news feed of 772,000 people a day that meet that criteria. Pretty cool. Very important to use live in this location, not in. That's an important drop down people tend to miss. All right. Let's take a look at the ad. Are you getting business from this ad, Damon?
Yeah, we get business from that ad. We actually get a lot of interest from that ad. Only thing I'll caution anybody who wants to rip off the picture, feel free to do it, but Google it and pay for it. We bought it. Someone borrowed it from me. They did not pay for it, and they got nabbed for it. And I think I paid $8 for it or $9 or something like that. So more than welcome to rip it off, but just go pay for the picture wherever it's for sale.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of iStock Photo. iStockPhoto.com is where you'll buy your stock images. All right. And you can see here the call to action is pretty straightforward. It's call or email. It's not driving them to some necessary squeeze page. You'll find a lot of your leads. Facebook just recently allowed a call to action to be messaged me on Messenger. So like Facebook doesn't really like people clicking on links and going them off to a squeeze page or a opt-in page because it takes them off the platform. So you get charged a little more for that. So one of the options now is there's an actual call to action on Facebook where it says message me on Messenger. So I think you'll get a lot more engagements because people can click the ad, stay on Facebook, stay in the little Facebook world, and message you on Facebook with a conversation. So I think we'll be testing more of that out. All right. Any other feedback on this property management ad? You there, Damon?
Yep. No, it pulls well for us. I mean, it's one that we're going to continue to run.
Cool. A couple questions. Which have been better ads, graphics or videos?
I think all we've run is graphics. I don't think we've really run any videos.
Yeah, we could. I just think you've been so busy that I can never get you around to make a video. I think a video. Honestly, the answer would probably be I think a video probably would do better, but it takes time. You got to shoot it. You got to put it together. I mean, I know we run viral marketing, but a lot of times, just like, hey, it's a message from you saying get this ad live as fast as possible, so never get around to doing a video. But these are the results with images, and they're pretty good. I wouldn't discount a video.
That and the effort involved to get the video. Not saying we shouldn't do videos, because we should do videos, but this works. And so it's one of those things. Should we do the video? Yes. Is it going to be better? Maybe. This works. And so we just haven't taken the time to do it.
Cool. Are the ads and ideas designed by you, Damon, or us?
They're by viral marketing.
Well, the answer is really both of us.
Right.
So here's why you need like an ad manager that's smart is, we know how to navigate this stuff and look at it. But, I've never been to Roanoke. I don't know your market. I don't know the unique language or what you really want to run or whatnot. So Damon gets on the phone with us, especially because he's out of production. He's not running around like a madman on listings with buyers all day long. He can get some time on the phone with us, 30 minutes a month, if that. Right. We sit down, we pull up a screen like this, and we actually work on the messaging together. So it really is a collaborative approach to get the messaging right, because you can see we've tried a lot of things over the months of working together.
But the key is I don't have to do it. I tell you what's in my brain, and then you just do that magic juice that makes it happen.
Thank you. Where did you pull the graph for the home eval ad? That was a cool graph.
You pulled it.
We did?
Yep.
Well, I have no idea where we pulled it. We pulled it somewhere, or we put it together. I don't know, but that would be Leah or Lindsay who run the ads here. But I don't know where we pulled it. I can't help you on that one. Probably directly from Zillow, I would think. All right. Did you say you were offering to manage Facebook ad campaigns if we'd like? Yes, we do. It's a new add-on service. So for anyone in this webinar or anyone, we will set up your first Facebook ad for free. So here's how this works. Like, oh, should I do Facebook advertising? I don't know. Am I going to get results? Am I not going to get results? What are results? Is it going to work? I don't know if it's going to work. I got to put, $150 into this or whatever it is, at least $5 a day of my hard-earned money. What's this like? And when you already have the ad spend, you have to hire the person to actually do it. Our fee to run ads for you is $500 a month. But on top of that, you have at least $5 a day of ad spend. That's, at least $650 a month you got to spend on this stuff. And if you want to go down the Facebook route, I would definitely recommend you have other pillars in place first, right, Damon? Like, you got to make sure you follow up with your leads. You got to have sales training. You should probably be working your past clients and Sphere for business.
Yep.
There's lots of things that you put in place. Let's be very clear here before you started doing Facebook advertising.
Well, I think one of the major things people need to keep in mind is that they need to add one pillar, go deep with it, make it profitable, take that profit, and go to another one. I think too many people try to do the shotgun approach and say, I'm going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And you're not spending enough money or enough time in any one thing to make it profitable. So whatever your number one thing is now, do it great, be profitable, then do your second thing.
Yeah.
And if Facebook's your second thing, make sure that you're profitable in your first thing before you add it. Then add it and go deep on it.
And I got to be honest with a lot of you guys. I would not sit here and say Facebook is this amazing, shiny object you have to do. It is absolutely not. You got to be making your calls and your scripting. We all know this. You got to be doing the basics. And then once that's taken care of and you have a budget of like 10% of your GCI, so you're doing, let's say, $25,000 a month in GCI, you have a $2,500 marketing budget. If you're doing $100,000 a month in GCI, you have a $10,000 marketing budget. Your marketing budget to spend to get leads should be about 10% of what you do in business every month. So as you do more business, that grows. And the question is, where do you allot that? And the first place would not be Facebook. There's other places I would do first. That's something we'll talk about if you call us to do this for you.
I agree with you, Frank, 99.9%. The only point one I differ would be if you're doing pay-per-click or if you're buying Zillow leads, your agents hopefully are calling them, following up with them. And hopefully you put them all on a property drip. Hopefully you have a CRM, FirePoint, Boomtown, Tiger, Sync, whatever it is, that you're sending them on property drips. But aside from that, if you send your list of emails to viral, then they'll put them in Facebook and they're going to get hit no matter whether they open it or not from that point forward.
Yeah.
So it'll show up in their news feed, every single week at some point, whether they're opening any piece of marketing you send them or not. And so that's how you become omnipresent. You're everywhere. It's no matter what they do, they see your face again. And I think that's really, really important for marketing, for the leads that you've already bought and paid for, to reach out to them and to touch them again.
So I still have more ads I want to show you guys. So I want to get to a few questions. We got 15 minutes. Let's get after it. So pay attention. Let's show you more ads. Let's go to recruiting a bit, because Damon has to get agents to work the leads. And obviously, when you're offering a job where it's like, here's a job, you're going to get a lot more engagements with that. And that's the case here. We spent $1,300 over the lifetime of the ad, 19 cents a click, reached 61,000 people, and got 7,200 clicks to the ad. All right. We ran this to, people interested in real estate, basically anyone for the most part. We go really wide on these. Anyone in Roanoke. Let's take a look. We ran this to pretty much everyone in Salem. Yeah. You're hitting your 140,000 people. So everyone in Facebook in Salem that's over the age of 24 is seeing this ad. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
And it's actually pretty relevant. You're getting a really good relevancy score. We haven't talked about that, but it's actually working really well. If we go back to the people interested in real estate, we went a little bit deeper, I'm assuming here, where now we have everyone in Salem that currently is a real estate agent or works as a real estate agent, which now we're down to like 34,000. That's really high. Oh, because we added an interested in real estate. So anyone who is a real estate agent or is interested in real estate, we took that 200,000 and narrowed it down to 34,000. So the question is, which ad is performing better? Let's find out. Roughly the same. 16 cents a click, 18 cents a click, reach about the same amount of people. A little more clicks on the cold audience, the people interested in real estate, because you're hitting more people. All right. So what's the ad? Let's take a look at it. We got two. We're split testing. Looks like this one's crushing it. So yeah, this one had a lot more clicks than that one. A lot more reach. A lot cheaper. Put more money into it. This must be a new one we're running. Let's take a look at this one. Here's the recruiting ad. And let's go ahead and preview this in the news feed so I can expand it. There we go. What do you want to say about this ad, Damon?
All I've got to say about that ad is we have signed up 14 agents in the last 45 days. And we've recruited the same for the last 2 years, and nothing at all has changed except we added this, and it's been incredible. I mean, when I say we've signed 14, and we've got probably another 8 or 9 in class right now. So it's been a rock star performer for us. Good.
Let's click the link. So remember I talked about those tracking codes, guys? See the source codes? It's from Facebook, from the hiring ad, from viral. They'll track it. And this is going to Wise Hire, so you're using Wise Hire for your application process.
Correct.
It actually puts them immediately through like the disc assessment and the strengths assessments. So there's the job. Apply now, and then they start their application. Anything else to say on that one?
No, the one thing I will say is that if you don't use Wise Hire or something like that, you can eliminate a whole lot of people by making them go there. And if they can't follow the first instruction, there's no point in going any further.
Mm-hmm. So I think we covered them all. We covered the search for homes. We covered the map. We covered the trend graphic. We covered the hiring ad, the cruise ad, the rental property ad. Let me give you guys now, we have about 12 minutes left. Let me give you other ads that work. Okay, maybe you can give me your feedback of maybe why we're not running the name, and we're just out of money for ad spend at some point. There's only so many you can run, right? Coming soon listings and open houses. Have you ever done those, Damon?
We do coming soon listings. We don't do open houses.
Okay.
But we need to do coming soon listings on Facebook. I would love it.
Why don't you explain what a coming soon listing is to everybody and why that's going to work? Well, I know it works, but tell what it is.
Coming soon listing is we list every single listing coming soon. So when we list a house, we sign the paperwork, and it will not hit the market for 2 weeks. That gives us time to get our photography, videography, floor plans, all of that set. But we start actively marketing it from day one. So we put a coming soon sign in the yard, and we put it on Zillow as a coming soon. And then we actually do put it on our Facebook page as a coming soon, but we don't put it on, we don't boost it, and we probably should. And that's the coming soon. You will double in many, many, many more listings, and you get a higher price for your clients.
Cool. So I'm going to show you guys some ads here really quick. If that didn't That didn't work. Hang on. Technology. I invest in this nice new technology. I got to get it just right. Well, these are going to be hard to see, but we're going to have to deal with this for right now. So coming soon listings. This is basically where you take photos of the home. Hopefully you get them done right away. And you say, this is home. You want to kind of see it before it actually ends up on Zillow or whatever. Come click here to check it out. You click it and it goes right back to the listing on your buyer site, or where does it go back to? Where do you send the traffic, Damon?
I would send the traffic on that. I would send the traffic probably to the listing on our Facebook page, I guess. I don't know, because it's not. I would send it. Yet. We actually have coming soon on our website. I forgot we have a coming soon page, so we would send it to the coming soon page on our website.
Okay. So you have your own page where you manually enter the listing before it shows up in the MLS search results.
Correct.
Coming soon listings.
Correct.
Very important. We just said there. Where are those on your website right now so people can find them?
If you go to DamonGettier.com and search, it'll be on that site. It'll be under the properties, it'll be under the property tabs on DamonGettier.com.
Got it. All right. So coming soon listings. Taking a listing, a little delay before you take it when it gets on the MLS. Let people know about it. And you have to drive them back to a manual page that you created on your website, because it's not actually going to show up on the actual MLS feed on your site quite yet. That's a cool way to get people involved. And it's a cool value add for your listing presentation of what you're going to do to market that home to get more buyers. All right. The next thing, and this is where I want everyone to pay attention. This is kind of the capstone of this presentation, is that if you're just starting off, we're available. We'll set up your first Facebook ad for free to test out what results you could, expect with Facebook advertising or YouTube or banner ads. We haven't gotten to that today. There's not enough time. This is where I'd start for those of you in real estate. The best audience to get in front of are the people currently visiting your website. These are people that have somehow ended up on your website and were interested in buying or selling a home. You could install a little cookie on their computer and follow them around on Facebook to bring them back to your site, or at least let them know who you are. Because when they go to your website, it's probably unbranded. It's all about homes. They don't really know the agent behind it. This is where they get to know you. So Marty Gum is a real estate agent in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, resort market. He took us up on that offer, set this up for free. We put $5 a day into it, about $150 over a month. He generated 30 leads from it, of which 5 were very qualified, he said, and 2 took an appointment right away, directly from the ad. Some of them went back to his website to opt in. Others called him, emailed him, ways we can't track. He said 30 all in all. And if you take the commission value of those 5 leads that were really solid, as well as the 2 appointments, it was about $48,000 of commission income he added to his pipeline from this $145 ad. If you guys are interested, I actually did a whole case study write-up on this. Let me show you where to find this. I'm going to show you more of these ads. So this is probably the most important ad I want to show you today, where you'd start, because this is probably the ad I would run to the most niche audience, doesn't cost much, and gets like the best leads of people wanting to contact you to buy or sell a home. All right. And let me show you this ad. And Damon, if we're not running this one, I need more ad spend for this one. Let's take a look.
You like spending my money.
I love spending your money. All right. Ads manager. Okay, guys. So let me show you where to find this, okay? So this case study, basically the ad I'd probably recommend setting up for you, all right? It requires you to be on video, though. So if you're a viral client, it's a lot easier. Go to how it works, and then this is our normal program, but down here I added our new advertising premier service. You click this. This is what Damon bought, all right? And down here, I got a few success stories. I'm missing a lot. I got to get more set up. Let's see this link from Marty Gum. Click this. It's going to take you to a blog post that I wrote out. The ad, the script, the actual video, the audience selects, the landing page you sent it to. In this case, it was a Real Geek site, but you can send it to any site you want. Damon uses FirePoint. Same idea. The tracking codes, how to set those up, the actual leads, all the conversion information, and everything you want to know. And then you can request a free advertising call right there at the bottom with us, right here on this page if you're interested, and all of our FAQs. And then we got some more example ads here on this page. All right. So I would definitely do that one. Here's another good ad that works, because we've been testing this out for a long time. It's called an I Have a Buyer Story. So let's say that you have a buyer that's looking for a home in a specific market. So Damon, what is a really high-end, higher price point market that doesn't have a lot of listings that people want to own a home in your area?
Ashley Plantation.
Ashley Plantation?
Uh-huh.
Ashley? A-S-H-L-E-Y?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Uh-huh.
So Ashley Plantation, right? None of us ever heard of that. But here's how you do this. You write an ad that says, it's a boosted post, and it says, hey, Ashley Plantation residents, my name's Damon. I'm a realtor here in the area, and I got this buyer. They just moved here from a certain area, and they got 2 small wiener dogs, and they're looking for a shorter commute to this reason. I mean, you really got to kind of really tell the story about the buyers, staying within fair housing guidelines. But you really tell a story, and I'm writing this to you on Facebook because there's no homes for sale in Ashley Plantation. So if you're thinking of selling it, I got a buyer. I'll bring it to you. Message me or call me or let me know. And this is what they're willing to pay. They're looking at a home for this criteria. They really want a home that fits this. And if you really write that story out, we have clients that's literally their business. They take buyer leads. They interview the buyer about their story, then they direct mail the neighborhood. That's how they get all their listings. And you can do the same thing by interviewing your buyers about what they want. You can't lie. You actually have a buyer, right? Or you're representing some other agent's buyer. And you write a boosted post targeting all the homes in, say, a 1 mile radius of that area. And I want to show you an example ad that is just that. So here we go. This will probably be a little bit harder to see. This is a agent in Tampa. It's called Bradenton. They have a home buyer ready to purchase. It's an Austin family relocating from Tallahassee. 4 kids, whatever. It's all in there. And that's what they're looking for. And you're more than welcome to post that up on there, and it gets good results. You get comments, you get shares. I mean, look at people sharing that. People sharing an ad is like unheard of, right? And you tell the story. And this is a good value proposition to share with your buyers. Again, with the ad, just make sure that you write it in compliance. So everything, what we do is when a listing comes in or someone gets a buyer, the agent sends and writes it up after the interview over to us, and then we post it up on Facebook with their approval. Okay. Any feedback on maybe running some I have a buyer ads, Damon?
No, I need to. You've asked me for stories for a little bit here, and I've been procrastinating to get to you. So okay. I need to put those to you. I'm more excited really about the coming soons. We need to get on that this afternoon.
All right, we got 3 minutes, guys. Hang in there with me. I am going to show you really quickly a whole bunch of ads real fast. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. Hang on. I got to get this screen sharing thing right, guys. Hang in there with me. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Open this and then share that window. So share screen. Boom. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. You saw this ad. This is for driving seller leads to his website. You were driving to a free consultation, but certainly you would put in what the home value is for a more traditional home value report. This is your recruiting ad. This is what you ran to basically just everybody in your city saying you want to sell real estate for the most part. That got really good results. This is your cruise ad that you ran to homeowners and whatnot saying we give away free cruises. I got a lot of good shares and engagements and reactions. This is an ad that we're running for other team. You can see here it's for loans. And if you need help with a loan, we can help you out. And this is where you have a lender partner with you, and it drives leads for people that are looking for money to buy a home. Get tired of getting beat out, get VIP buyer access. This is a good way of building a list of people that are looking to buy, a VIP buyer list before something goes up on the online. You could join my coming soon listing club. This is the remarketing ad that I showed you that's working for Marty. We're marketing his website traffic for leads. This is a good example of a viral video, actually. We should have more examples of these. But an educational video that was interesting, that was shot outside, that was very educational, boosted out the area, had tons of engagements, and this is an old ad. I don't have all the reactions on there, but when you look at the actual results in the ad account, this is an example of like an educational video out to your database. And that's the other pillar I would really focus on, is taking your past clients and sphere and people who know you and being in front of them all the time with boosted posts and interesting content on Facebook. We showed you this ad from Damon. We showed you this ad from Andrew, like a boosted I have a buyer ad. For those of you interested in recruiting, This actually works really good for recruiting, Damon. KW does like an Ignite class, and we ran this to all the KW agents or all agents in Utah, and we're getting we think we got about 20 leads already, like literally opt-in leads from an ad like this to come to our training class where you learn how to get a certain number of transactions, a certain number of days. That's a great way to recruit agents. So that actually works really well, and that's using the native lead form too. So that's a couple of the ads I wanted to show you. So we got a few minutes left here. Let's see if we can go through some questions. Well, we're not overdue, but let's get to a few. Of the 30 listing leads you receive per month on your website, Damon, how many will you list?
If you go back to the graph showing our property values for a second, it'll help explain. But we're still not back to 06, 07 prices. So we list probably 9 out of 10 houses that we can sell. A vast majority of the houses that we get presented with, we can't sell. There's no value, and the people don't have the money to bring to closing, so they're going to stay there until. But we list 9 out of 10 houses, maybe a little bit more than that, of houses that we can sell.
Cool. Who is your IDX provider? Kelly asks.
IDX is Flex MLS.
Got it. And you're using FirePoint for your website?
FirePoint, yes.
Are you running ads 24/7?
Whatever you do.
Yeah, we don't turn them off at a certain time. How do you market buyers on Facebook if your market is a second home market? This would be, remember that select I showed you, John, where it's like people that live there? You want to be marketing to people that are in the area or even traveling to the area. So you can actually reach people traveling to the area on Facebook or in the area that don't own a home, which is really good in the summer when everyone's there like, oh, I wish I could own a home here. You're writing an ad saying, hey, wish you actually own a house here? Check it out. Come search for homes. Go look at property. So you can actually hit that audience on Facebook, John. Okay. That's good. And has anyone used ProARA? If we upload the viral email audience to an ad, Steve asks, does that email have to specifically exist on their Facebook page, or are there other tools behind the curtain making the connection? I don't know the answer to that. Facebook does. As far as I know, it takes the email and has to match it up with an email actually on the user account. As far as other ways it makes that link, I don't know. I do know that Facebook allows you to upload phone numbers that match. And now they're asking for name, first name, last name, and zip code. So maybe they're using that data now when you upload the custom audience to match it. But I don't know exactly how that works. I wish I was a Facebook engineer. And then should viral clients be boosting our database videos? Absolutely. And I showed you one of the very first videos I would boost is remarketing your website traffic. These are people that expressed interest in buying or selling a home. Like right now, if you only have like a couple hundred, about 1,000 or so people that visited your website, you probably paid a fortune to get those people there in the first place. Why not put an extra $5 a day remarketing with a wonderful video of you, like the Marty Gum ad I showed you, to get people engaged with you, so they know there's an agent there to help them, as opposed to just look at houses. And you have to remember, when you talk about seller leads, there's a lot of seller leads disguised as buyers, right, Damon?
Yes, absolutely.
Add a little bit more on that. So I say, oh, this is buyer lead generation. Well, hold your horses there. We're going real upstream on Facebook. These are people that own houses looking to buy.
Correct. And that's one of the biggest things. You know, when most of your web leads that you get from pay-per-click, those leads are, 18, 24, 36 months out. The difference in your Facebook leads is they're more like a Zillow lead in that they are reaching out to you. They saw something that interested them, and they're inquiring about it. They're asking about it. And that's, you asked why we didn't have a true home valuation site. And I didn't know the answer to that then, but I do now, because I remember we made a conscious decision, because back when we had guaranteedsale.com and we used that as a service, we got a ton of registrations, but they were crap. It was, how much is my car worth? Well, I don't have any interest in selling it, but yeah, how much is it worth? And so now we're looking for the intentional people. I don't want to have my agents doing 15 home valuations a day. I want them to do the home valuations for people who are serious about selling their houses.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I want to answer too, is someone says, well, Frank, I want a whole bunch of leads. And I'll say, sure, I'll get you a bunch of leads. Let's run an offer for a free iPad. Let's say free iPad opt-in, and you'll get tons of leads for that, right? But do you really want to be calling on a bunch of people that want a free iPad? Probably not. On the other end of the spectrum, I could run an ad saying, hey, if you want to buy or sell a home right now, call me. This is what we're going to do. Call my number. Let's make this happen. And that's kind of the idea behind the remarketing your website traffic ad. Those leads are legit, right? Plus the ones that come from an I have a buyer message. So you can have a quantity of leads you have to filter through, or you can have very narrow leads. And for most people that understand the work and the cost that goes into lead follow-up and whatnot, you tend to gravitate toward paying higher per lead costs that are really good than lower per lead costs of things way upstream that are really kind of like, I call them crappy internet leads traditionally. That makes sense. All right. So we have more questions here. This is all the time we have for today. If you have any questions about advertising, feel free to reach out to us. If you go to our website, it's getviral.com, VYRAL. Our traditional program that has worked for years is interviewing you on a webcam to create educational videos to go to your database. It does not require any advertising money. And Damon, you've been a client doing that for a long time and you still do that. What we've been talking about today is an add-on, a complement to that to get more exposure and to accelerate your results, not a replacement. And it's probably not the first thing you would do is doing Facebook ads. We have to make sure other pillars you have in place in your business.
No.
All right. No, absolutely. If you are interested in Facebook ads, we will set up your first ad at no charge, no joke, to test it out. We recommend $5 a day for a month, so $150. That's your ad spend. And I recommend remarketing your website traffic because that's the most interested database, an audience we can get in front of that will do something. Lindsay Hawkins is our lead advertising manager at Viral Marketing. If you go to our website, just click the How It Works tab, and down underneath the pricing of our core program, you'll see, at the advertising page, has all the details and FAQs of what we do. And if you're interested in working with us on that, we're here to help you out, and then we can work together going forward. But I do want to offer anyone here their first Facebook ad set up for free. I'm pretty proud I'm able to do that. However, there may be a waiting list, so we will get to you, but we can only do so many people at a time if that's the case. Just want to give you a heads up there. So I'm Frank Klesitz with Viral Marketing. Damon, if someone has a question for you, more specifically about maybe some of the more detailed Facebook stuff we weren't able to cover today,
right?
Or really when it comes to you're getting a lot of success with radio and television, how would someone reach out to you to learn some of the radio ads or television ads that you're running? And because you're pretty open to sharing all this, it takes a lot of cojones to open up. Let me open up your Facebook account and show the world what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty cool. Right. You're letting us do that, and you're open for doing that for your other advertising. Why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of you?
Easiest way is just friend me on Facebook and send me a message. Damon Gettier, DAMONGETTIER. I'm the only one in the world, so it's not too hard to find me.
Okay. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for watching this. This replay will be up on the advertising page of our website, so you can watch the replay there. I am also going to take all of these ads that we've shown. I'm going to put those down below so you can actually see the ads, the actual screenshots below that replay. I expect that by probably early tomorrow morning. That will be up on the advertising page, which you find under the How It Works tab. Scroll down below the core program pricing. You'll see a link to that right down below. But thanks for attending, and we'll end the meeting there.